Our contributions in education will be our legacy in this industry.
Whether it's through live education or maybe through social media, we're always trying to make a personal connection with you, the learner.
At Samvia, we believe our smile is our business card and our personality is our logo. And how we make people feel after you experience our education and tools is our trademark.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us, my friends, and be a part of the Samvia community.
Good morning, my friends. It's Samvia here. Once again, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us this morning. It was an incredible day. I want to thank you all for your feedback, for your comments, how much you're enjoying this and how valuable the information is. And you can't wait to get back to the salon, as I'm sure you're all anxious to get back. So first of all, just another day of education. I'm going to kick it off, and I believe following me up is Anna Peters with some long hair. So we're going to give you some long hair, taste of long hair this morning. But first of all, there's some people we need to thank. And it's so important that you understand that a successful salon is not made up of a group of individuals. It's made up of a team of individuals. And just like this particular program, it's all about a team working together. And we're so fortunate to have some great support these 2 days. So first of all, I want to give a shout out to Pivot Point. We all love Pivot Point. Pivot Point, I believe, makes the #1 mannequin. It's human hair. We love working with it. And one of the reasons why I respect Pivot Point is because this is the tag that I look for. I look for this particular tag, the SA8000 tag. This proves to me that the working standards are ethics that are proved. So I know what that's like because I grew up working in the fields. I was talking about yesterday how I would pick your strawberries from Driscoll's in Watsonville, California, the strawberries, the blackberries, the blueberries, about every berry you could think of. And yeah, there was mistreatment. You know, worked with my brother, my sister, myself, my mom, and it was tough work. I kind of felt bad for my mom, but we worked through some of this. So it's great that Pivot Point really supports the working ethics of these manufacturers, of these people that make this. Pivot Point's manufacturers, they treat their people very well. So make sure you look for the SA8000 tag. This happens to be the mannequin that Andrew and I developed for Pivot Point. Sorry about the brightness here, guys. There's a storm going on outside. So this is the mannequin, and I'm so proud of this mannequin because this mannequin, the name of the mannequin is Lydia. We actually named it after my mom. So we're looking at 14 inches of length. We're looking at a nice natural shade of color so that you can decolorize, so the level is not so dark, as you're going to see. And then also with 14 inches of length, you can get probably 3 or 4 haircuts out of that. So Pivot Point, thank you so much. Andrew, if you could put up the prizes of what they're going to be winning in this particular segment, make sure that you have an opportunity to enter to win. Okay, so all you have to do is text contest, the word contest, to 888-812-1115. In a moment, I'll tell you what you're going to be able to win. So thank you, Pivot Point, as one of the supporters. I also want to thank Redken. Redken is very generous, and they've sent some new product that I'm so really excited about. And this is the new Extreme. Yes. It's the new Extreme bleach, guys, in terms of the bleach treatment, in terms of what they're doing. So it's the extreme bleach recovery. Sorry, I'm not a colorist, but I should know this stuff. But there's 2 things that I love in here. This is the hair cleansing cream that I don't want to tilt it too far forward, but this is the hair cleansing cream. If you see that, that's the hair cleansing cream. Now, detox. So you asked for it, Redken brought it back for you. So that's detox. So someone is going to win this package of product here. And this is, once again, the new Extreme Bleach Recovery. And it is exciting for all of you colorists that are out there. So that's going to be also a giveaway. I also want to thank the Professional Beauty Association. The Professional Beauty Association has been one resource for us all as we navigate ourselves through this crisis. And they have set up a COVID-19 relief fund that I really want you all to go there to PBA, donate to that Relief Fund. They are looking now for donations. If you need some support, reach out to PBA. You'll need to fill out an application so you can help with that relief, so that you can go in and maybe receive some funds from that COVID-19 Relief Fund. You know, we're going to have Steve Sleeper on later, the president of PBA, and he's going to talk to you a little bit. So the idea, once again, is really getting everybody involved. Now, how did we come about this? It was something that I said to Andrew, look, guys, the show goes on once we found America's Beauty Show was canceled. And America's Beauty Show is also a partner in supporting us through this. So we want to thank America Beauty Show for your support, Karen Gordon and the entire team at ABS. We know what it's like to put on a live show. I want to say this. This is great what we're doing and the opportunities that we have to learn through social. But yet, what's most important, guys, it's let's continue to learn at live events. You know, the computer can touch your heart, but really, when you get to these live events, you can ask questions. Some of you have been asking a lot of questions. We haven't been able to answer them. Andrew will talk about that later, how we're going to get to those questions that we miss. Yet, at the same time, when you go to live education, you have an opportunity to connect. You have an opportunity to talk to people. You have an opportunity to get the education right in front of you. Ask that teacher questions and get your answers immediately. So here's what I want you to do. Promise me that you're going to attend America's Beauty Show in Chicago in 2021. I will be there. The team will be there. Just give me a yes that you're looking forward to that. Valerie, thank you so much for joining us from the Pensacola State College. I need to get to Pensacola. I'm so close to you. One day I will get there, my dear. I really want to see your students and talk to your students. So all of our partners, we partner the schools with tools and their school kits. And so if you're interested, make sure you reach out to us and we'll give you the resource for that. So thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. Let's get started. Let's do some long hair. What I want to talk about today is how do you add value to long hair? Here comes my presentation model. Let me just have her walk through for you. That was my presentation model. Now you're probably wondering, how did he do that? I'm going to show you how to do that. Let me show you another presentation model. Here she comes. She's coming through. Here she comes. She's just going to turn around and boom, look at that. Yes, I'm going to show you how to do that. That's right. But first of all, what I want to do is show you where, you know, people say, Sam, my hands don't work. There's some exercises that I do. We're going to be posting those exercises for you at some point later. So stick with me. I'm going to show you how to do those. But first of all, let's talk about how do you add value behind the chair. And when we add value, I want to define that now for you. Value, my friends, is just simply knowledge. It's about sharing the knowledge with your client, teaching them things that they need to have help with at home. Maybe putting in a simple ponytail. How do they do that? Covering up the elastic. How do they do a simple braid? I'm going to show you how to do those things. So first of all, what can you give me, Sam? I'm not a braider. What can I work with? All right, let's talk about it. First of all, I want you to take a look at what I built here. This is just an O-ring that I got at Home Depot, some rope I got at Home Depot, and this is colored. Some of you have seen me work with this in some of my classes if you've attended the live education or some of my hands-on classes. And then I simply put zip ties here. So I work with the colors. So it's real simple. So for example, if I'm going to do a simple braid, I want you to work on this first. Let's get a color that you can see. Okay. So I want you to work on this first in terms of working your hands. Okay. And there's exercises that I do. Keep an eye out for that video. So it's palm, pinch, flip. I cross and make an X. Palm, my left hand, pinch the left X and flip. And I slide that in. And I combine and I pinch with my thumb and index. This is something that I learned from the great Anthony Moscolo. From, in those days, Tony and Guy, TG, the great Anthony Moscolo. So what I want to do is I palm, watch how I palm right hand, pinch the right index with my thumb and index finger, flip, and I move to the middle. Palm, pinch, flip, middle. So there's so many things. This is how I work with it. I've discovered I'll work the rhythm, train my hands on the ropes, then take it to the hair. Why, Sam? Because when I take it to the hair immediately, you tend to get frustrated. You tend to get like, oh, it's not right. Let me take it out and let me start all over again. So let's go through first and let's show you some simple, easy braids that you can show your guests. Now, Sam, when would you suggest I show them how to do this? When the color is processing. There's nothing in the broke room. Like Daniel Mason Jones says, the broke room, there's nothing there to be made. So that's just the broke room. So get out of that room. Well, what do you mean, Sam? Well, when a color is processing, purchase yourself a mannequin. This happens to be the Maddie mannequin for long hair that I love to work with. So this is Maddie. So I would grab a tripod from Pivot Point, which somebody's going to have an awesome chance to win those during the course of the day. A tripod mannequin. Can you imagine? Lots of giveaways and Samvia tools. So now when you're working with this, the idea, once again, is sitting there with a client just like I'm sitting with you and showing her how to do these things. Gone are the magazines. Okay, show them how to add value. Well, Sam, what if it's a pixie? I'd still be showing the client that has a pixie, and the reason being is because what that's going to do is that is going to make her the hero of the family, where she simply goes back and she's showing doing the kids' hair, doing her granddaughter's hair, doing her nieces, whoever it happens to be. All right, so here I am. I'm working with the finishing brush, and I like working with this particular brush because it just gives me nice grain in terms of when I work through down to the scalp. Now look at my thumb and index finger. That's the pocket for the ponytail, and I just continue to bring it in. Now, I'm showing you professionally how to get this ponytail. Let the client get the ponytail in the way that they get the ponytail in. Now look how I just bring that brush. Notice how my knuckle never left the shape of the head. It always stayed attached to the head. Now I'm going to take an elastic. This is something you can get at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, but it's just a piece of elastic. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to come through. I'm going to pinch this between my thumb and index finger. This is something the great Chris Barron, Coach Chris Barron, shared this with me. So I'm going through thumb and index finger. I'm just going to take that. Now I've got about 1.5 inches, 2 inches out. Now I wrap that around my thumb. Okay. Now once I've got that wrapped around my thumb once, now I'm going to come through, and now watch how I'll just hold that with the knuckle, come through over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many times you do? I do at least a minimum of 4, but my favorite number is 6, so I'm going to do 6. Now I come through and I reach that other end that I have here, and I just pull on that. So now look how I didn't bother or mess up the ponytail at all. Okay, I move so you can see that. But I didn't mess the ponytail up at all in terms of when I did that. So it's just a really great way. If I use an elastic, I find a lot of times I'm messing all of this hair up here. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to cross this. Left is going over right in this particular case. Now I'm going to loop this through twice. I'm actually teaching you what's called a butcher's knot. This is the knot the butchers use to tie the chicken, the legs of the chicken, the turkey, whatever it be. Now I just pull, and now I cross. And when I cross, I'm going to hear a little beep. I'm going to hear like it's going to catch. Watch. There, I heard it. Now, once I've got that, I'm good. So then I want you to just simply take a scrub shear. And just take a scrub shear, and I want you just to cut off that excess off. Now, I love doing that once again because when I do that, I'm not messing anything up. When I use elastic, I tend to be messing that up quite a bit. Okay. Now, once I have that, let's go through and let's teach the client how to cover the elastic. A real simple trick. What do you need to do that, Sam? I have 2 long hairpins. That's what I'm working with, 2 long hairpins. I'm going to take the first hairpin. I'm going to slide that underneath. Now, this is a classical technique that a lot of you have seen us do. I want to give credit where credit is due. This is from the great Marco Arena from Germany. And I'm going to be talking about those people at the end. We'll talk about that. So look at what I've done. I slid the closed end underneath the elastic. Now I'm going to come through and I'll grab a section of hair. And what I want to do with this section of hair is I'm going to go through and I just want to cover that up. Product of choice now. When I work with my product of choice, one of the products I love working with is my Redken Rough Paste 12. And I love working with this because this acts like a binding product for me. That's why I love it. It binds the hair together, especially if I'm working with layers. That's why I love it. So I'm going to take a small amount of that. Now, if you have problems and issues with it being such a paste, sorry for the light, guys, there's a storm going out there. There we go. The paste, if you feel like that, you have to really emulsify. I love simply just taking a blow dryer, placing it on low heat, and they're just melting down. And especially when I do this, so that I'm not getting too much product in one particular area. So just melt that down, okay? And now watch. When I melt that down, now watch when I go through and I emulsify. Look how it's more kind of, it comes more clear. It's not so white like you might see in this area here. So it's just going through. Now come through and do this. So now watch how I'll place it here. This is the section that I'm going to take, and I'm going to come through and I'm going to smooth that out. All right. So now this will bind that together. When I work with these things, I love to work with a tail comb and just comb that product through. Grab, it's in the palm of my hand, the product. Watch what I'm doing. See, I'm working that through. So let's remember, my friends, product is not an option. It is a necessity. Here we go. Here's the technique. Palm and pinch, wrap, palm and pinch, wrap, palm and pinch. Look how I lift that up. Now look at the whole time I lifted my thumb and wrapped it. So you maintain tension. That's the most critical thing, guys. You need to and girls, you need to pay really close to the tension that you're applying there. Now, watch this. Take this pen. I'm using black so that you can see it. Now, the idea is to take the legs, gather this hair that we've collected. Now, just feed that right through. Look how I'm feeding that through and how I'll just pull that through. So now it's like taking a thread through the eye of a needle. Same concept. Once I'm there, let's come through, pull and push. Look for the legs of the pin here and pull that through. And now we simply really just went through and covered up that elastic. No problem. So this is a really added value trick that I would suggest you do if you're not double booked with color. There's no learning going on in that break room. Get out of there and let's get on the salon floor, showcase what you're capable of doing, and add value to the appointment time when you get back. Remember, price is what they pay and value is what they get. All right, so what's up next, Sam? Well, let's go through and let me show you, for those of you that don't know how to braid out there, watch this. This, a matter of fact, hands-on classes, when I've taught this, there's a gentleman in the class, and you know how we can be, I don't braid, I just got hair, I'm not going to braid. But some of these guys, when they leave, they're going, wow, Sam, I can't believe I'm leaving your class and I'm able to braid. It's so simple. So let's go back to the ropes and let me show you the rhythm of what I'm going to do. That's right, rhythm. Sam, what do you mean by rhythm? Thanks for asking, guys. What I mean by rhythm is just the words that I say inside of here. Now, I don't know, you guys have a little voice that talks to you? I got a committee that talks to me constantly. And just like, slow down, dude, slow down. So now, what I want to do is this. Let's take all four. So let's say you're going to take two sections that here. So just listen to the run. Palm, look how it's all in my palm, each section of hair. Now watch how I'll go through, slice, open, pull through position, claw, separate. Slice, open, pull through, claw, separate. So once again, here I go working on the ropes. Okay, now if you take a look at that, up close, look at the rhythm that I'm getting, the visual end result that I'm getting. So braids, they can add value to the hair. So now let's take that rhythm, that same rhythm, let's go right back to our ponytail. Now watch what I'm going to do here. All I'm simply going to do is slice that into two. All right, so watch. Okay, we slice that into two. I'm going to bring you a little bit closer so you can see. All right. Oh, no.
I just realized I was muted. Sorry about that. So this is definitely one of the challenges we face with doing online hair shows is we're using our home internet connections. So actually, hang on. We got him back. Hey, you're back.
Did I scare you, Andrew?
I thought maybe a lightning storm hit your house or something.
No, actually the sun is starting to peep out. So that's good news. Sorry about that, guys. Matter of fact, I'm not going to touch my computer. I'm going to touch the hair. All right, let's go back to the hair. Thanks, Andrew. All right, so now watch the rhythm, guys. I'm going to slice this into two. All right, so I slice that into two. And once I have that sliced into two, watch what we're going to do. I'm going to palm just like I talked about. So we're going to palm. Once we palm, guys, you've got to remember the whole two sections go into the palm of your hand. Now I'm going to slice, open, pull through position, claw position, separate. Okay, so take a look here, guys. This is all I'm doing. Okay, so watch me slice. Let's go slow. Okay, this index finger slices this right side into two. Once I've got that sliced into two, take your thumb and I want you to simply swing it inside that slice and separate that. Now, once you got that separated, watch, I'm going to give you a view. Now you're going to take your thumb and your index finger and you're just going to connect these two on the opposite side. Now, this frees up my left hand. Now, what I want to do is I want to grab this section on the left and that section on the right. The way we're going to do that is we're going to work with our middle finger and our thumb, and we're going to go to what I refer to as a claw position. So that's middle and thumb. So watch middle, grab that side. Thumb grabs this side, now separate. So now this is the rhythm of what I'm talking about. Palm, you can slice with your right or left hand. Then I'm talking about open, pull through position, claw, separate, and you repeat it. Watch me repeat this. So I come through now, I slice. When you slice, open, pull through position, thumb and index connect, middle finger and thumb, and separate. Let's continue the rhythm. Listen to the rhythm. Slice, open, pull through position, claw, separate. Palm, slice, open, pull through position, claw, separate. Let me give you a view of the pull position, pull through position. Slice, open, pull through position. On the opposite side, freeze up your left hand, claw position, and separate. Now, once you try this, guys, you're going to say, oh, I found an easier way to do it. That's great. Listen, I'm not here to dictate to you that these things have to be done this way. I think creativity is taking the things that you see as complicated and making simple. That's when you start to find that creativity just starts to pour out of you, my friends. All right, let's take an elastic. I'm going to work with black now. So I'm going to take a black elastic because I want you to see this here now towards that bottom. Okay, so now I'm going to take this. I'm going to cover this elastic up. Watch. So I come through. Now, here's a great hair hack. You ever see moms take a huge elastic and they've got a little skinny ponytail and they keep twisting it and then pulling the elastic through. Twist it again and pull it through. Here's what I want you to do. Watch this. I want you to just twist, twist, twist. Just keep twisting until that twist gets all the way tight down at the base here. Once it's tight at the base, now come through and loop through once. These are great little hair hacks that are so important. Now, I want to share something else with you. I would recommend what we do is we get our clients starting to coat the elastic with a lotion of your choice. My choice is Redken's Outshine 01. Okay, it's very nice. It's anti-frizzing. Think of it like a lotion. So can you imagine you're taking an elastic and you're simply coating this elastic with the Outshine. So I've taken this elastic. There's my Outshine. You can see it on my hand. Now watch. All I do is put there. Now I just emulsify with that elastic in there. So what I'm doing is I'm actually buffering this elastic. I don't know if you can see it. It's got product on it now. So imagine this buffers the cuticle so you're not going to get such an indentation of the cuticle. Once again, another way to retail, guys. Solve problems. Problems have the solutions and let the retail. That's why I love Outshine, coating elastic. Now watch this. Sam, are you going to cover that elastic? Yes, I am. Is it so that the band slides out? Is it so that the band slides out? It also, Bianca, thank you, my dear, for asking. Yes, it does help for the band to slide out easier. But when I want to take the band out, I'll take it out at the end. I'll show you how to do that. Let me continue and watch how I'm going to do that. Okay, Bianca? So yes, it does help to add more slip, but I'm going to give you a little trick to take elastics out, teach the clients. So Sam, are you kidding? You only have this much length here with some fine ends, and you're going to cover that elastic. Watch. Let's take the hairpin underneath, go at an angle. Thank you, the great Marco Arena from Germany, for teaching me this. Okay. Now all I do is I come through, I palm, and I pinch, and I wrap. All right. So now look at what I have here. I've taken the hairpin and here, and now I just come through, and I slice the hairpin right into that. So I pull and push. Sam, why do you pull and push at the same time? Pull maintains the tension while you push that down. Now come through, pull this through, and just like magic, you've been able to cover up the elastic. Is this helping you out? If you're enjoying this, just give me a yes, Sam. Yes. That'll help me out. And any questions, don't forget to post your questions. Now, let's go back to Bianca's question. Sam, how does that help if you coat the elastics with Redken's Outshine 01? Does that add some slip so the elastic will slide out a little bit easier? It will, yet I suggest you work with a hairpin and teach the clients to do this. So let's go through. How do you take that out, Sam? Thank you for asking. See this little piece that was pulled through? Just grab that piece there, pull that out, okay, watch, and then unravel, and there it is. Now watch this, Bianca. Take a hairpin, go right after the elastic. See, I'm after the elastic. I don't have any hair. Now slide that out, and you can see, guys, I don't have much hair on that at all. So just great tips in terms of adding value. How do you get the nape of the braid tight? The nape of the braid tight. Well, knuckles. And knuckles are really close. The further away your knuckles are from the head, the looser the braid will be at the scalp. So if I'm cornrowing, I'm French braiding, my knuckles stay right as close as I can to that scalp with tension. The more further away you keep the knuckles away from the scalp, the looser you're going to be from the base of the head shape. I hope that helps you out, my dear Define. Okay? All right, let's continue on. Now watch what I'm going to do. Let's do another one. So that was with 2 strands. So remember what I said in the beginning. You could start with the left hand or you could start with the right hand. Okay, I've got a bunch of tangles in there, but what do I have? I have the large comb. Watch this now. Instead of going in horizontal with that, all I'm doing is putting the tangle in deeper. So I'm going to go vertical with the large tooth. Watch this now. I go vertical with that. This is another value-added tip for the clients. So now you go through. Now watch this comb go right through that. No problem. If you're learning something, give me a yes. Come on, guys. Talk to me. All right. So no doll head, using myself as the model. I now have several pretty good braids. That a girl, Celine. Glad that you're doing that on yourself, guys. You know, grab some yarn and just tie it to some chairs and just play along with me here. All right. Here we go. Remember what I said? You could do it on the left side or you could do it on the right. What's up? Let's see. We got, what product would you use to prevent the elastic from slipping out while still having a buffer? Then I would go to a gel. Okay, go with a gel. Whether it's a gel, whether it's a lotion, whether it's a pomade, something there that's going to buffer the cuticle. That's what I'm talking about. So if you're afraid the elastic is going to slip out, then I would recommend use Redken's Hardware. Hardware 16. Use that gel. You'd be amazed on how that's going to help that. So I hope that helps you out, Joan, with the elastic slipping out. I'd also recommend with a butcher's knot. When you do the butcher's knot, I suggest what you do, taking one of my favorite sprays, Triple Pure 32, neutral fragrance, great spray for clients that don't like fragrance and sprays. And then a hot tip. Here's a value-added hot tip, especially when you're working with braids and long things. Teach clients to use the length of the can to determine the distance, how far they spray. Sometimes they're just spraying and not aware of how close they are. That's another value-added tip. So what I was going to say is this: spray the elastic. Okay, spray the elastic and then put it on. So that will give you a little bit more control so the elastic doesn't slip out. Remember, products, not an option, a necessity. If I got any Redken fans, hey, Redken artists, are you watching? Give me, yes, I'm a Redken artist. I want to know who you are. Okay, so that you've got Triple Pure 32, happens to be one of my favorites at the moment. And then look at that packaging. All right, so let's get back to learning here. Now watch this. I could start on the left. So let's go left hand. Slice, open, pull through position, claw, and separate. Now palm. Left hand, slice, open. Now watch the pull through position. There's my thumb and index finger. See here that? Thumb and index finger connecting on the opposite side. Now watch, middle finger is going to grab this and thumb's going to grab that. And all I'm going to do is just separate. Then I go back through to that position again. Left hand, slice, open, pull through, claw, separate. All right. So left hand, you can do it lefty. If you're a lefty, start on the left side. Now let's go 3 strands. Now watch this. What do you mean, Sam? Well, I'm going to slice this into 3 strands. I'm going to give you the same rhythm working with 3 strands. Watch the visual value that you're going to get at the end. So let's slice into 2. Okay. Now let's slice this in half and this in half. And now I have 3 equal strands. Now watch this. Let's go right hand. Now look how I'm positioning myself. Palm. Place that in between your index finger and thumb, or in between your middle, your thumb, index, and middle. Now watch this. I'm going to slice, open, middle. I go to pull through position. Now I come through claw and pull apart. Now I'm going to add two beats to it. Palm, pinch. Now left hand is going to do exactly what I did. Exactly the same rhythm. Slice, open, pull through position, claw, and separate. Palm and pinch. By palming and pinching, it controls everything that you're creating, and it frees up your right hand. So we come through, we slice, open, pull through position, claw, palm, pinch. Now, like anything, this takes practice. Practice with your ropes, then come back through and do this, and you'll be able to nail it. But I want you to go slow. Be patient. Speed comes with practice, okay? Slice, open, pull through position, claw, and separate. Palm, pinch, slice, open, pull through position, claw, separate. Palm, pinch, slice, open, pull through position, claw, separate. Sam, why the sound bites? Because I'm trying to just plug that word into you. That'll give you the action of what your hand's going to do. So let's define that. Slice means slicing that too. Open means open that up. Pull through goes to index and finger there. Claw, you separate. Palm, pinch. So that's why I use sound bites. Instead of me saying, okay, I want you to take your left hand, palm that with all of your hand. Then I want you to take your thumb and index finger and pinch that. Then I want you to take your right hand, open this up with an index finger, to slide the thumb there and open it. You see how much words? I'm just asking you to remember too much, guys. So what I want you to do is really take a photo of this in terms of those sound bites. I'll bring the flip chart up close for you. But those sound bites are critical. That's going to remind you how to do this. Now watch this. Once I get down here, I want you to start to see this. I don't know if anybody's looking at this. This is a three-dimensional braid, sometimes what people call this. So it's three-dimensional. Watch. It's round. So if I turn this any way, it is round all the way around, guys, in terms of what it does. So it's really all about taking things in a different way. Now, Sam, can you do that with a fishtail? Yes, you can. You could even do it with a fishtail braid. Remember, what you're going to take through to the opposite side, slice it in two, then pull it through. Slice it in two, then pull it through. So the same rhythm, but open the two outside parting strands and pull through the middle strand every time. Vicky, you've got it. That's the how, okay? That's the how. That's absolutely right. Then sometimes, guys, I like to take this, and I just might take this, and you can cover that up. But if they're going to leave it down, you know, maybe it's just a really nice day out there. Make yourself a little flower just like that and just let it hang down. Watch. You could certainly do this braid and make yourself a bun. I mean, guys, there's just so many. Remember, I'm just a messenger giving you the value-added trick. Take it and make it your own. Cindy, is it a challenge when you have clients with finer hair that ask for full braids? Yes, it is a challenge. So allow me to show you something, okay? If I have a client that has fine hair, the problem with fine hair is volume. Would you agree, yes or no? Okay, that's the problem. And the reason they have fine hair, could anybody out there tell me? What makes up the hair? The cutex, the medulla, the cortex, the medulla, is cuticle, cortex, medulla. Well, what are they missing? They're missing one of those, which is why you're missing your medulla. So let's get over it. You got fine hair. But this is where a great tool comes in that we created, which I refer to as the texture iron. A lot of people refer to this as a mini crimping iron. But this is not something that I invented, guys. Whereas I was in Sweden a long time ago, Scandinavian hair is very fine. And I watched a man, I walked into a salon because I read about him, asked if I could observe. He said yes. He was doing a roller set. This was 1979. So when he took the rollers out, he went in and he just compressed this at the base of each roller of what he did when he took the roller out. Then he didn't have to backcomb. He brushed it out, and the lady told me this will last for 2 weeks. So what it does is it disrupts the fabric of the hair. Let's face it. With fine hair, most of the times we recommend a service, and that service is highlights. You decolorize the hair. Let's be honest. What does it do? It alters the fabric. It blows it up. So now it's got more body, let's say. So same thing. If I have somebody that has fine hair, I want you to take a section, okay? And what I want you to do is I want you to make sure you're working with a thermal heat protector, not an option, a necessity. I know a girl, remember that girl that made herself popular with that acrylic iron, and then her hair came off? I hope you guys remember that. Give me a thumbs up if you do. She made her moment of fame came right there. So now watch. See this section? So what I'm going to do now, working with my iron shape 11, I'm going to come through. And what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to come through. I'm going to compress that. Look at me compress, 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 compress. Now what I've done is I've disrupted that cuticle. And you wouldn't believe when I do this, a lot of the girls in the model room are like, oh my gosh, my ponytail is twice the thickness it's ever been. Can I keep this? What's so great about this is the fact that when you do this, working with the texture iron, once you do this, what happens is it gets wet, it's going to come right back out. So it's a great tool to work with. So I highly recommend when you want volume at the base, use that at the base. Once again, it is called a texture iron because it alters the texture of hair. So do you recommend using the texture iron before or after curling the hair? Great job. I would recommend if I have fine hair and the girl or somebody has thick hair, listen to this, fine hair or thick hair, and they say, I want curls, Sam, but they never hold. Then what I want you to do is scrimp it. This is an idea that came from the great Britt Borson. As I said, just the messenger. So watch what I mean, guys. Scrimping. What do you mean, Sam? I don't want you to apply so much compression. Watch. The farther I hold down here, less compression. The more I move closer, to the plates, more compression I'm going to get. So what do you desire? I'm going to desire medium pressure, my hands in the middle. Now I'm going to come through and watch how I'm going to scrimp. So I just boom, 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 just very quickly. It's not like I'm looking for the texture iron to really be a crimp effect. But what I've done is I've exploded the cuticle. Now what I want you to do is I want you to take your curling iron, and now you would come in with your curling iron, and you would simply come through and you would wrap that. That's exactly what you would do. If you want to use just a wand, take off the handle of the iron, our 2-in-1 Marcel, and now you can use it as a wand. So here's what I recommend. If curls don't hold, scrimp. Use the texture iron. If you have fine hair and you're going to braid it, the area you're going to braid, I suggest texturize it, and it's going to plump it up, and the braid's going to look thicker. So I hope that answered that question. Give me a yes if it did, guys. All right? All right. Okay, now which do I prefer, an aerosol or pump thermal protector, and why? I like working with a pump thermal protector like my Iron Shape 11, and the reason being is because I get a little bit, I want product, and this is going to give me more product. If I'm working with aerosol, I'm there for a few minutes or for a few seconds extra, just getting the concentration of product I desire. So that's why I like working with a more of a pump thermal protector versus an aerosol thermal protector. But then again, guys, I'm not selling it here. It's just a matter of choice. You're just asking me questions on the product. All right. So now watch this. Another added value trick. All right. So let's say on the ponytail that you have, we did 3 sections. Did I do 3 sections for you yet? No, I haven't. Did I do that? Yes, I did. All right, let's continue on. Here's a value-added trick. I got so many things I want to show you in my short period of time. All right, so I'm going to bring this up. Now, watch what's going to happen. I'm going to take now any type of shine flash, anything that's going to add a little shine to it. That's what I want you to work with. So I'm going to take shine flash. I have a powder brush here or a neck brush. I want you to spray that. And then what I want you to watch is, look at all these flyaways. I don't know if you can see them, but let's create some. But when I have flyaways like this, all I do is just take this and I do this. And this is a great thing that the client can do. I mean, carry the little brush in their purse and then just come through and get their flyaways down. A lot of clients can complain about flyaways. So you could go through and you work with your shine flash. Now I'm going to give you another thing that I've discovered. Take your lotion, my case, Outshine, emulsify, and let's say I have thick nappy or thick curly hair. So now take the brush and now come through on my palm, and now watch how I get a little bit more shine. So now I want a little bit more product just to coat that down, and my hand follows it. So just a great way, guys. Added value tips that I think are so valuable. So when you get back to salon, let me help you with your retail. Great visual experience at the retail shelf. Take your lotion of choice, Outshine 01, Velcro this to it, and now you're retailing these together. The client will definitely ask, what's the brush for? This will create the visual experience, get their attention, and then the combination of these two will solve the issue. Is this helping you out, guys? Hey, what size was that iron? That iron was 1.5, an inch and a half. So they come in 2 sizes, 1 inch and an inch and a half. All right, let's continue on now and allow me to share with you a cool way to create a what I love to refer to as a flower. You call it whatever you want. So what I'm going to do, if I get my presentation model, if she could walk through. All right, and turn around. Thank you, my dear. This is what I'm going to show you to do now. And this is really cool. Let me just bring it up close. And I want you to understand that the elastic will be exposed. So it's just a matter of your elastic. So watch this, all right? So I'm going to come through. I'm going to take my section. My product of choice, once again, here with this particular case, is going to be my rough paste. Where did rough paste go? Come here, rough paste. All right. I can't find my rough paste. Oh, here it is. What happens when you work by yourself at home? My wife and my son are out at the mother-in-law's. And yes, we are staying sheltered. It's the only person that we go out and visit. Now watch what I'm going to do. I come through and emulsify. Now watch this very closely, guys. All right, I don't want you to miss this. So I'm going to move back a little bit and so you can see the depth of that color a little bit more. Now watch. I'm going to take a small black elastic. And the object is you want to make a triangle with that. So see the triangle? So I'm using my index finger, my middle finger, and my thumb to make a triangle. Okay. Now I'm simply going to take that on triangle on top. I'm going to lift my arm so you can see, or I'll go here. Hopefully you can see. All right. I go through, I grab, I bring it through the elastic, and I twist. And then I just slide it to this opposite index finger. Now lock that in. Watch me take this, lock it in. Now watch me go back to a triangle. There you can start to see the triangle. Now I'm going to come through. I'm going to bring this a little closer. I know that that light might disappear, Andrew, but I want them to see this up close. Okay, so I'm here. I lock this in. Let's do it again so you can see, guys, that first step. Triangle, okay? The top of the triangle is my index finger, okay? That's the top of the triangle, okay? Now, once I have that, now I'm going to take the hand on top. Index finger goes on top. Grab that, bring it through your elastic, twist, and apply it to this index finger. Now, lock that in. Now, I'm going to come through. Index finger, look at the triangle. Index finger now comes in on top, grab, and place in. Okay, index finger comes on top, grab, and place in. Okay, so that's all I'm doing. Now, lock. Now, connect your index fingers together. Now, roll this off. So now look how I just slide that off. Take the entire elastic, throw it over everything you just did, and then release, and watch how you get this. Okay, so just really cool little trick, guys. Let me turn her the right way. There you go. So just another cool little trick in terms of adding value to the hair. So now watch. I'm going to pin this in. Okay, so I'm just going to take a small hairpin and watch me use my hand, and I'm just going to kind of take that hairpin. I'm going to kind of fold it to the shape of my hand so that it has a little bit more of a curve to it. So you can see that. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to pin this in, catching very small amount, and I just slide that pin in so it just fits itself to the shape of the head. So let's make another one. Are you liking this, guys? All right, just give me some comments. Let me know how you're feeling about this. Thank you. Yes. All right, here we go again. Let's do it again. All right. So we're going to
Sammy.
Yes, buddy.
I didn't notice this because for some reason his comments aren't coming up, but Chuck Perpard.
Yes, my buddy Chuck from PA.
Yeah, he was asking if you ever combine pillow proof with iron shape 11.
Pillow proof with iron shape 11. I'll layer them, Chuck, but I don't combine them together. So what I'll do is, let's see, pillow proof with iron shape 11. So my pillow proof would go on first, and then my iron shape on top of that. But I don't combine them in terms of mixing together. I hope that helps you out. But in answer to your question, yes, but I use a layered effect. Now,
Nice.
Why would I do that? Conditioning benefits of pillow proof, and then the protective benefits of iron shape 11. I hope that helps them out.
Cool. And your guest is ready for you when you are.
Okay. All right. Let's go again now. Let me show you this again because I want you to get this. I'm almost out of time here. All right, here we go. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to come through. That's my my rough paste working through, a paste of your choice, coming through with an elastic. Goes on top. I take that, pull that through, and I slide that right in. Come through, twist. Watch me reach inside, grab, come through, twist. Okay, see it again. Make your triangle. Middle finger goes inside the triangle. Grab the hair between your index finger, your middle, and the hair and the index finger. Slide your hand in there, grab it, pull it through, twist it as you bring it out, and place on this finger. Now lock. See that X, lock that in where it's at. So each petal of the flower had an X, so it locked it in, kept it separate. And then watch. All I do is bring the index fingers together, slide that out, slide this right over that, and boom, let go of it, and then you get this effect right here. So I don't know about you, Andrew, but I just think that, hair is the only fabric that we can mold to complement the human body. It's about really understanding the fabric you're working with. And then it's all about remembering this just comes from the idea, once again, playing and just really discovering things in terms of what you're doing and how you're doing it. So I hope you enjoyed this segment in terms of me giving you some added value tips in regards to long hair. And remember, guys, remember what I said. I suggest that you do these things, you're doing these things as that color is processing, and you're actually showing the client these simple little things. So now watch what I did. If I could have my presentation model, look at her. So look how I created this effect here. The same thing that I just created with the flowers, basically that's what I just did here. And then I'm just hit it with the inch and a half barrel, and then I'm just going to come through. Watch, I'm into this type of texture right now. So all I'm doing is just breaking these up rather than just being so clean. I just like things a little bit more uncontrived and a little bit more kind of organic. But then again, it's up to you in terms of choice and what you're working with. So I certainly hope that you've been able to give me a yes, that was awesome kind of thing, or yes, I enjoyed it. Just give me a yes if you've been able to collect something out of this in terms of what we're doing. And then look how I just give this burst of spray.
I just give it burst. So it's not about just going in there and doing the whole thing and spraying the whole thing. But once again, guys, curls, waves, we're working so much with our irons. I love Oncotron. If you're not following him, I suggest you follow him. He's the king of irons. I love watching him just manipulate those irons with his hands. So I hope that you enjoyed that, guys. And coming up shortly, before we do a couple things, we've got some people that we want to introduce. Andrew?
Sorry, I was on mute. So we want to welcome Steve Sleeper from the Professional Beauty Association. He's here to just kind of share a little message with us. Right now we're in a predicament, aren't we, as hairdressers and as salon owners? And we love that the PBA has been here to really support everyone. So wanted to give Steve a little bit of time to share what they are doing and how we can help support them.
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks for having me, guys. And Sam, I have been learning a lot. I've been watching, so I've been taking careful notes. So my wife is a hairdresser. I'll go back and let her know that I've got some skills I've been building up. So.
I love that, Steve.
Well, thanks, guys, for having me on the show. It's a pleasure to be here, and I know that you guys have been a huge fan of PBA over the years, and hopefully we can just sort of spread the word about some of the things we've been working on, so that your audience is able to take advantage of them. 3 big things. Number 1, we've opened up a complimentary membership for folks through the end of April, and we've had a huge response. You can go on the website, probeauty.org. You can get the free membership through the end of the month. That way you can access all the benefits we've got lined up for you. All kinds of great tools that not enough time to go through them all, but the website is your best resource to see everything that's available to you. Number 2, we've built a whole dedicated section, and it's changing daily, on COVID resources, right? Resources on financial aid, resources on how to access the federal programs, resources on what the state unemployment insurance situation looks like. And now we're starting to build and pivot to some more information on what's it going to take to be prepared to go back to work, if and when your states are ready to start to ease back into it. So hopefully you can take some of that time to be prepared. And then the last piece, which I think is maybe the most important, is we've set up the COVID-19 Relief Fund, and it's modeled after our Disaster Relief Fund, which we've had in place for, I think, almost 50 years. So it's something we've done for a long time, and we quickly pivoted to creating just a dedicated fund for COVID relief. It's a $500 cash grant to help people sort of fill the gaps with whatever's going on in their income stream right now. The application is online on the website as well. And more importantly, we're trying to drive more donations. We've had some really great support from brands across the industry and other organizations across the industry. L'Oreal PPD stepped up in a really big way, so I have to thank them and SalonCentric for helping us. But now we're trying to drive more of those smaller donations, the $5, $10, $15, $20 donations, because we know that's where we have a lot more ability to raise funds. We just raised, we're slightly more than $1 million at this point and climbing, and we're awarding funds weekly and almost daily. So as funds come in, they accumulate, we send them right back out the door. 100% of the funds that we collect are going to the aid applications.
Steve, you know what's so awesome, guys, is that what you just said, that it goes directly to that. It goes, as it comes in, it goes out. And, people, and I just was talking to some salon owners yesterday, and they were like in tears, thinking they're going to close their salon down because they're not getting any relief. So I told them to really check out with PBA, because you guys have been a key resource. And just like Steve said, they have all the links there in terms of answering your questions, government questions, things like they can give you the guidance. So I've been talking about PBA, how they're our association, how they're the heart of the industry in terms of how they support the industry. And we just want to thank you guys so much, Steve, for being the association that you guys are. And if you're not aware and you're not a member of it, they now have free membership for those that do not have membership. And by the way, they are the ones that put NAHA together. So if you're a fan of NAHA, you become a member and you get great discounts attending events and things like that. So Steve, once again, man, I just want to thank you. And we've got something exciting, my friend, that we're going to be announcing tonight, which I'm very excited. So everybody stay tuned. I'm not going to spoil the surprise. I'm so anxious. I want to, but I will not. I promised my team I wouldn't say anything until tonight. So Steve, God bless you, you and your family, your team. Stay safe and healthy, bro, and we'll be together and talk to you soon.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I really appreciate it, and good luck. The program has been a huge success, what I hear. So thank you for having us.
Thank you, Steve.
Take care.
Andrew, let's go to our winner, and then we got a little surprise for someone out there.
Yes. I'm actually really excited when I got the text on who won because she was actually in one of my classes. It's Melissa Mullaney from Plymouth, Mass, and she was actually in a class at Lords and Ladies with me.
Oh, I love Lori and the gang at Lords and Ladies.
So cool, huh?
Sending a shout out. Congratulations, my dear. Make sure you get, I want you to send everybody a text at the team at Lords and Ladies and tell them they need to be watching us. All right, Andrew, last thing before we do something, I just wanted to put this up so people can take a screenshot if you don't mind, buddy. I'll put it
Sammy's
up.
going to give you a nice screenshot of his poster a little to the other. There you go.
Okay, so take a screenshot of that. That's the rhythm that I talked in that two strand that also leads you into the 3-strand. All right, cool.
Nice.
All right.
Sammy.
All right, we got someone out there that we absolutely love, that loves us. What can I say? Holly, are you out there, Holly? Are you out there? Just give me a yes. If you are out there, just give me a yes. I want to see your yes, Holly. I think I saw you earlier. But today is Holly's birthday, as well as it might be some of you others out there. Yet Holly has been a follower of ours since we started. She loves the brand. She's at everything. She watches everything. So we just wanted to give Holly a special shout out. We are going to sing happy birthday to Holly. Andrew, count us off.
1, 2, 3, 4. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday, dear Holly. Happy birthday to you.
Wow, that was terrible, Sam.
Well, see, Andrew, that was like word or whatever that was. We never done this on live before, so that was pretty cool. All right, Andrew, we've given our giveaway. We've kicked off today with the long hair segment. Now we've got the long hair started. What do you say we keep the long hair vibe going? And I have a lot of respect for this lady that's coming up next in like 10 minutes, the awesome Anna Peters. If you didn't see her yesterday, that woman has some great foundations, but she's going to take you on a little further trip today. And then Jesse, Linares, and Andrew will be up during the day, and I'll see you back up at 7:15 tonight. And then don't forget, make sure you come back on if you decide to have dinner with us, because at 8 o'clock, a huge announcement that's going to shake up the industry. Thanks for watching, guys.
See you guys.